we don't want the usual sometimes where we go two behind before we wake up. Anyway, we're on our way. The only absentee tonight for the Caps is Doraggio. Michael Doraggio is out injured, and that's a big loss, but anyway, you can hear tonight's crowd is tremendous at the minute, absolutely tremendous.
Start this attack by giving it to Pavel Vorbiev. Vorbiev crosses the boy line into the zone, past his opposite number. Back to Hurtel. Hurtel throw this one in, and the Edinburgh Capitals on the tipped play in front get the goal. I'm not too sure who got the tip in front, but Pecker, doesn't really matter for the Caps' point of view. They're up 1-0. Cross the ice to Tip-Off. Tip-Off cuts inside, gives it to Fedorov, leaves it for Wilgosh, and the tip from Valchik takes it wide. It comes up to Schultz. Schultz just dumps this one in, gets it back, and the shot is saved. And then the shot again, scramble in front, up to Dobrin. Dobrin fires it, and it comes off the skate of Bissonnette. Milan up against Earhart. Milan wins the race. Johnson fires it off the pad of Storm player. Jacob Johnson still has it in front, out, and it heads into the net, but waved off by Steve Brown. Brown says no goal. The goal judge said differently, but McDougall takes the shot. That one tipped wide. Backhand into the centre, just finds a defenseman, and the Storm will clear it out once again. Trabucco dumps it back, and a pad save by Fullerton, and then kicked out to Tip-Off. A good travelling support from the Manchester Storm tonight. Always nice to see the Storm fans in the building, and a very loud drum just to the left hand side of us as the Storm goes in, and out comes the sandwich from back to Dobrin. Dobrin advances this one up to Schultz, and then up to Romas. Romas with some room gives it off to Wilgosh. Wilgosh fires, and just past the post. Hurtel on the blue line fires this one in, tipped by Romas and just over the shoulder of Clemente, but not on goal. Fedorov back to Dobrin on the point, and fire this one in with the wrist shot, and it comes out to Fedorov after it had been tipped in front. Vorbiev inside to Tip-Off, back to Dobrin, shoots, wrist shot, tries to go top shelf, but blockered away by Clemente. Dobrin down to Fedorov once again. Fedorov has Vorbiev coming at the back door and just couldn't get his stick on it once again to redirect that one. The Capitals do have the Cap student army here as well tonight, as you say. Bissonnette, but a shot just wide of Travis Fullerton's net. Johnson can't find it as it's stuck in his feet. Paul Phillips will be assessed for 2 minutes for cross-checking on Jay King, as Dallas Earhart will go across and have a word. Jaroslav Hurtel will step in, but the Edinburgh Capitals do not need any silly penalties here. They've got the power play with 4 minutes to go in the period. Into Vorbiev once again, up to Fedorov. Fedorov, I'll hang on to this one. Lays it off to Dobrin, returns the pass to Fedorov. Fedorov back to Dobrin on the point, down to Tip-Off, back to Dobrin once again. Dobrin will fire this one in, blockered away. Dougal into the zone, gets it past, picked up by Romas. Romas helps it back round to McDougall, but taken away by Swindlehurst. In front, Mason Wilgosh with a shot, double save by Mike Clemente as Carl Romas picked up the garbage. The Capitals will be looking to get that goal again, as the delayed penalty will come on the Edinburgh Capitals. The Storm are down into the zone, and it's tipped in by the Manchester Storm, and that delayed penalty will count for nothing as the Storm get the goal back through, I think that was Prince in front of the nets. The ice, up the right wing comes Jared Stahl. I'll just help this one round to Milan. Milan under pressure from the big body of Bissonnette. Milan still has possession of it, lays it off to Stahl. Stahl fires a quick shot away. Vorbiev now, down deep to Johnson. Back up to Vorbiev. To Fedorov now. Fedorov inside to Johnson. Wrist shot! Edinburgh Capitals make it 2-1. as some cracking moves, and a great stick handling gets that puck to Jacob Johnson pinching in, and a cracking goal.
Oh, absolutely, a beautiful team goal that one. Puts the Caps back to 2-1 the lead, but a great 5-line move.
Johnson now, I'll get this one up to Milan. Milan with a quick feet, trying to get in, leaves it for Stahl. Stahl with a delayed shot, kick save by Clement from Harding. Shot coming in, blocked by Blues, and then the double shot jammed in at the back door from the Manchester Storm, and the Storm get back to tie the game.
Well, you know, Caps are down this end. To me, it looked a very soft goal, but I'm sure the Storms will be quite happy with that. But
we'll get confirmation of the goal scorer as soon as we have it. Schultz up to Wilgosh. Wilgosh with the early pass, and week on week, Mason Wilgosh goes top corner to put that one past Mike Clemente. I'm going to ask you one question. How?
Fantastic, what hands, a magnificent goal, just one of the best we've seen at the arena this year. Stunning goal. I like really good individual goals, and that was certainly one of the best we've seen for a long time. But as you say, it's not, and a goal comes from nowhere.
Throw things at net and good things will happen, and the Manchester Storm threw that one from the point. It tipped in front. McDougall driven into the boards at the back door. Up to Stahl now. Stahl with Milan in support. Jared Stahl gets taken down, and then Stahl under some pressure from Varley, and then a scramble behind, and that's not asking how the result went last night. That was Jared Stahl just driving the net as he shoots. Stahl out to Johnson. Johnson fires! Goes 5-0 on Mike Clemente, and where Taylor McDougall failed just seconds ago, the Edinburgh Capitals go ahead once again.
Just an amazing game, this right in front of us. A great shot. I don't did it go through the goalkeeper's legs yet. Great shot, and the Caps and the fans here tonight are really loving this 4-3.
One of the best games we've seen here at Murrayfield for a while. It's end-to-end stuff as Jack Prince picks it up. 2-on-1 chance. Cross to Heatley. Heatley shoots. Top corner with the goal gaping. And Heatley will decide that this game has got another goal in it. Hard. Erhard gets it across to Heatley. Heatley up to Prince. Prince into the zone. Leaves it for Heatley. Bouncing puck in front, and then that one just wide of the goal. And then into the back door for the Manchester Storm. The Storm taking the lead for the first time tonight. A scramble around the crease, and the Storm pick it up and go 5 goals to 4 ahead.
Amazing, honestly. Just this game has just got, I don't know, 10-10 written all over it or something.
Johnson fires this one in, picked up by Stahl after bouncing off the back wall to Wilgosh. Wilgosh fires again, trying to go 5-0. Schultz across to Dobrin, up to Fedorov. Fedorov lays it off to Wilgosh, fires, kick save by Clemente. Schultz cuts it off the wing, in, and the post come off again. Valchek tries to bank it in at the back door, but the Capitals will take it down. Vorobiev cuts back up to Johnson. Johnson fires it, well watched by Mike Clemente. Milan inside to McDougall. McDougall up to Stahl. Jared Stahl takes a shot in front, and then Steve Brown went down at this end, and he looks a bit shaken up, but his play went down the other end, and the Edinburgh Capitals had a chance, but the referee blew the whistle because he was nowhere near the play. Master at stick handling lays it off to Gino Fedorov. Fedorov across the blue line, lays it off to Vorobiev. Vorobiev with possession gives it off to Dobrin. Dobrin fires. It's picked up by Clemente, and then the Caps will come back to try and defend this one. Big block by Richard Grigors. Advances it up the wall, but only as far as Swindlehurst. Sonderhorst with a nice pass inside, taken away by McDougall, and the Capitals, through Yaroslav Hurtel, get it out the zone. Hurtel drops it for Milan on the left wall. Milan will just fire this one in. It comes off the back wall to Yaroslav Hurtel. Hurtel drops it for Schultz. Schultz in front. It comes to Johnson. Schultz trying to bank it in. And another scramble taken away by the Storm. Takes it across to Johnson, back to Dallas Earhart, where the shot takes it to the skate of Ian Schultz. Possession kept by the Manchester Storm. Vorobiev down. Milan's shot. The bench are looking towards as Vorobiev goes down under a trip, but nothing called. Prince in front to Harding. The face-off win is part one. Johnson to Vorobiev. Still time for the Edinburgh Capitals, no need to panic yet. Vorobiev goes behind the nets, in front, trying to get the shot away with Schultz. Oh, it just goes past the nets. And the Capitals will set up again. Johnson to Vorobiev. Vorobiev takes a shot wide. Dobrin down deep and then taken away by the Storm. This one will go down. It's a foot race as Dzinski gets down. Weighs it off the wall to Tribuco. Out in front. And then in from the Manchester Storm. 6 goals to 4. The Storm lead. 42.5 seconds to go.